tired eyes. And everything we said we'd be, we just traded for a suit coat and a tie. And underneath the rows of trees, I will see you where the ocean meets the sky. Under your toes, the fire grows. You are ready for a different kind of life. You're silent for the wind is cold. You must return to the wild. You're silent for the wind is cold. You must return to the wild. Follow me down, there's no one around. Lay back and take your socks and shoes right off. That natural light is so damn polite, can make you feel just like you were young again. Standing underneath the rows of trees, can see where the ocean meets the sky. Under our clothes, the fire grows. We are ready for
Ooh. There we go. We're back. There we go. We're back on the screen again. Once again, welcome back to RSC13, week 8. And there you go. They can hear us. So, once again, beside me is Stealthy Wolf. How are you doing? Tell the chat how you're doing.
I'm doing good. Of course, we have a little bit of delay already, Karen, so we'll put a little bit of speed behind it. Okay, so today we start with the two master teams. We have, of course, on the one hand, Transcend versus Infinity. First and second place facing each other, where Infinity is first currently 4 games ahead of Transcend. So if Transcend managed to get the sweep here, they tie them once again for first. It's a close rivalry. Both teams doing really well in this season, as we're already week 8. Both, well, one already passed that 40 wins barrier, and one looking to cross it as well.
Yeah, there you go. So Transcend sitting there on 39 wins as we prepare to get into this series. But they are looking at the player stats now on your screen. What can we pick out really individually? Certainly Charm, their #1 player, played the most games, it would seem. Obviously he has the most stats to back up all of those games that he's played.
Yep, and then of course we see from the side from Infinity, we have on their team at the moment Mimical, their captain, Ayan, and Juriev. So definitely the main roster, their sub form still being kept that last series before things are about to happen. And Ember apparently also is usually a good duo with Charm together. Sadly enough, hasn't been able to play that much this season. Luckily enough, today they can bring him out, and Goldie also with an impressive win percentage. They're bringing forth the strongest, form of the Rissel so far.
Well, yeah, certainly. So we'll get into the game any second now. Transcend and Infinity. Master Tier, honestly, Master Tier is probably my favourite to watch in the RSC. I think it's just so perfect. Like, enough unexpectancy that we can, you know, anything can happen in the Master Tier still. But I'm going to stop waffling, Stealthy. We're going to get on with the game. We're going to let the players talk for themselves on the pitch. So, coming on to Manfield, I think Ayan's getting water, so we're going to have a little bit more of a delay. But,
yeah, water is important. So, 1 second. So, 1. And he's not back. Oh, no! The timing couldn't have been better.
Well done, Stealthy. So now here we go. Game 1 is about to begin. The first kickoff. Cal and Juriev will face off, and it goes in the favour of Ayan. Back, got his water, hopefully nice and refreshed. Mimical may actually look for an early shot. It's blocked away by Charm. And Juriev will take this off the sidewall. Cal has possession, still just a 50. Mimical back pass to his teammate. Juriev, control of the ball off to the sidewall, beaten out by Charm. Ayan gets a touch now. Oh, doesn't fluffs up his recovery on the wall. Stuffy, another one into the midfield. Cal doesn't have any boost to follow it up.
Yeah, so far, good control here from the side, from Transcend, and they get rewarded with a goal. They have all the pressure. They have, many shooting opportunities. It's not really true, because this is the first one and they immediately slotted away, but Infinity had some troublesome moments. Touch is not really going the way they want to, and immediately they're being penalized for those few mistakes. So it's a good first beginning here for momentum, and they're of course looking to extend as Ember does get a whiff. Call able to get that touch the last second as the ball goes to the side. Mimical there tries to catch it, but it is Call that is able to get a clear further forwards.
Yeah, and now Infinity having to fight from behind early. Didn't have the greatest start, but now this shot may come towards the net. Cal easy saves to send this one away. Ayan bit awkward on the side wall. Eventually is able to get control of the ball once again. Juriev beats out Charm up on the side wall. Mimical tries to send this one towards the net. Of nice little redirect. Is blocked by Area. Now Juriev tries to put this one towards his teammate, but puts it just past him. Still big demo. Maybe look for the bump. Ayan wins this 50. Now Area can't get the best touch, and now it leaves Ayan back. Send this pass back to his teammate, but once again, good defense from Transcend, and they keep their 1-0 lead.
Here now Charm, with the clears to the side, is trying to leave some pressure because Infinity is really pushing their one-tag counter goal, and they need it as well to tie up this first game. But so far so good. Momentum doing really, Transcend, doing really well in making sure that their defense stays clean, that they're following each other up nicely. And from the side from Infinity, they're very inventive with their way to attack, but their defense needs to be stronger.
Yeah, look, both players just drive past the ball there. It's not really what you expect from first place in the Master T. You know, these people are supposed to be punching right above their weight, you know, maybe looking to get into Premier for the next season, but that's not exactly what you want to see. That's not going to look good on them, but, you know, they've been consistent throughout the season. Part of being consistent is being able to fight back from going down, and they've got 3 minutes to do it, which is absolutely plenty of time. But a miss, maybe it could just be a warm-up game needed for an Infinity Stealthy, but other than that, it's not really promising so far.
Yeah, they need some more. They need to follow each other up nicely as they drop the ball into midfield. Goldie right there, not able to get it on target. Mimical goes low, tries to control it. Charm still being pretty annoying, but Juryev not able to continue it. Can't put it on target, tries to get the pinch, goes into midfield. Ayan is there, and they follow it up. It's 1-2.
There you go. The first goal comes in for Infinity. 2-1, the score still. Transcend, hold that lead, but now it's been cut down in half. Infinity, what have you got more to bring this back to even terms? Just about halfway through the game, so they've got absolutely plenty of time to do it. Mimical off towards the sidewall. It's 50, but he just leaves it for Ayan. Has decent boost, tries to take this towards the net. Charm able to get an easy 50, but Ayan, massive demo, comes towards the midfield. Could be a free shot for Mimical, and Ayan just causing problems on that back line for Transcend. And the 2-goal lead is gone in just a matter of seconds. The pass in from Juryev, the finish from Mimical. Lovely play from Ayan to keep Transcend out of their own net, and we're back to even terms.
Yeah, but that's the team that we're seeing so far in this first game, right? Infinity, we have to address it as it is. Poor defense, really poor, and the moment that Transcend does get a shooting opportunity, it usually goes in. But on the other end, their offensive pressure is pretty good. They follow it up with bumps, they follow it up with demos, trying to make the other team awkward. And so far, it's really paying off for them. But once again, they need to get out of their corner. Pinch comes through. Charm right there, able to take it to the side now, gets the boost as well. Goes solo. Has the time, has the space, doesn't have the touch that he needs. Ball comes into midfield. Carl tries to extend it, but Mimical has a chance. But Charm, quick enough. And now Carl, good cut around, and is able to put it into the net.
There you go. Solid finish from Carl. Charm, lovely little redirected pass into the midfield. Absolutely none of the Infinity players were expecting it. Brilliant touch and an excellent finish from Cal. Puts this one straight into the middle of the net. And Transcend have their lead back in game one, but I can see this swinging anyway. The defense, really, from both teams has been somewhat lackluster. The offense, creative. So when you pair those together, we do see a lot of goals. Maybe it's going to calm down heading into game two. We've had 5 goals so far this one. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a 6th or maybe a 7th. This could be it now, but Juryev able to get big clearance up into the opponent's corner. And towards the backboard, but nothing's going to come of it just yet.
Yeah, so far we haven't really seen all too much from the side, from Ember in particularly. Not really got a lot of opportunities, and there the whip from Carl T. Very uncharacteristic, and that makes it 3-3.
Yeah, that's not something you expect to see there, Cal. Just doesn't get the launch he wants off the sidewall, and, well, I think that was Mimical just realizing he didn't have to do anything, just left the ball, just landed on the back wall. 3-3 again, a very confusing first game we're seeing, kickoff, and a demo in the favour once again. Infinity so good at getting these demos, absolutely lighting up the opponent's end of the field. So much contact and so much destruction happening. They just need to, if they keep that defense solid, they'll score so many goals. And yeah, Transcend had a superb start to the game. And yet, we sit here at 3-3 in the final minute, and Stealthy, which way do you see this one going?
Well, it's still going towards the way of Infinity at the moment as they keep put more pressure. Quality and Charm double committing, launches that ball into the side. Now Ember there has an open opportunity. The ball bounces high. He needs his teammate to be there, but Charm can't put it on target. Now Ember himself. Ball is blocked by Juryev. Charm with the block into midfield. Gall needs to just slot it away, but it is blocked by Ayan, and the pressure continues. But the defense that I saw that was lackluster from Infinity is now flaring up as they make sure that the ball doesn't go in, and they want to get it to either OT or win it before that 0.
Yeah, there you go. With 15 seconds left, and it's going to come down all to this. Any goal now in regulation would pretty much put the game away. Transcend, they want it to be their goal. Infinity, they want it to be theirs just as bad to complete this comeback. The ball still in the air. It's going to have to stay there if you want to score before going to overtime. And the touch from Cal is going to send it over to the other side of the field where no players will be able to collect the ball. And now the ball does hit the ground. We go to overtime. Ian gets control of this ball. Oh, goal! And that just sums up this game. And that could very well be fail of the week.
What?
I have no words.
Yeah, I mean, this is Rocket League? Question mark? This
is looking like Challenger gameplay. Man.
Hey now, at least their touches are better than yours. Don't cut them that short. Come on.
Oh man, I'm just so confused. Oh, I'm sorry, man, but it's clipped. There's nothing I can do. But there you go. Transcend able to take game 1 through a disastrous own goal. I don't know what to say, Stealthy, man.
Yeah, well, we said that Infinity's defense already wasn't the greatest. It had like some very big inconsistencies in it, and I guess an own goal like that is also something that we can consider an inconsistency. But I think both teams have their own merits in like the way they play. Infinity, by going that aggressive, of course, keep that pressure on the side from Transcend for a long time, therefore limiting the opportunities that they get. But on defense, it needs to be a lot cleaner. They need to spread out. They need to make sure that not every one of the players is basically doubling into the same corner. Because if you just stay there, it's going to be an easy opportunity for Transcend to open up that other wing and then get a shooting opportunity.
Well, you're absolutely right there, Sophie. So now we go into game 2. Hopefully the players' nerves are going to be settled. Playing on stream is always stressful. Let's see Cal trying to break through that stress. Takes it towards the net. Ariane, but looking for the sidewall read. Actually just leaves it for Charm. Pops this one towards the backboard. Mimical has to get the 50. Does get one, but it's really in the favour of Area. 0 boost. Tries to send it towards Cal in the midfield. Can't do anything with it. Charm gets control of this ball once again. It's going to be challenged by Mimical, but does get it over him. Juriev, control of the ball. Still just goes to Cal. All the pressure so far from Transcend is coming out. And they've scored again. It's the same story as game 1. They've had all the pressure in the first few moments, and they are rewarded with a goal.
Oh, a goal. Just calm and collected. Didn't even care that somebody was challenging him. Kept his cool. Used that reset at the last possible second to then get that ball into midfield, past one defender. And then Ember being able to place it right in between the remaining two. But now that ball goes on target. Scaldi able to send it to the side as the ball gets launched away again. And yeah, these are the moments that we need to see a bit more consistency from Infinity. Realize which balls are good for us to maintain pressure, to get a shooting opportunity. Because right there, if Mimical, for example, was demoed, which was the thing that Ember was looking for, it would have been an open net and Transcend would have run away with the second one.
Yeah, there you go. Just the gaps being proven in Infinity's defense. I don't know. Are they playing a sub today? The triangle double could come in for Area. Not quite going to happen, unfortunately. Would have been very nice. Could have been a very secure 2-goal lead there for Transcend, who will want to 4-0 this series in order to tie up the standings in the game. They will they will be behind still at the end of this game because of goal difference, but still, they will want to 4-0 this one to tie it up in games, because those are the big things. The massive Miracle and Ayan pinch up towards the backboard. That Cal is able to get a touch. And Area once again able to send this one away. Area quite consistent in this game. Cal 0 boost just ends up passing it to Miracle, but Charm bumps Miracle, who actually does get a demo on his teammate on Area. But again, nothing yet to happen for Infinity. They've had 2 shots. Both have come from Juriev. Big miss from Mimical. That might be punished, but Charm not able to get much on it just yet. And as I was saying, Stealthy, it's not been convincing from Infinity so far.
Yeah, Infinity is still struggling. They're trying to find one another, and definitely within all that pressure that we're seeing from the side from Transcend, they're really working beautifully together here. Once again, Ember trying to get that double tap to go into midfield. And with this pressure that they're putting on the side from Infinity, they're forcing them to make double commits, as we just see right there, leaving only one person back in an awkward position. As now Juriev Has to try and place it to the side. Gets it over one Ember in an awkward position, but Charm able to pick it up. And with that pressure, it is once again Infinity that get that counter going immediately. Control that midfield and try and get some pressure as Charm beautifully places it bottom right.
There you go. Straight into the bottom right corner area. Beating out the second last defender onto the wall, and it's just an easy shot for Charm. Places it well into the bottom right hand corner, and a 2-0 lead for Transcend. They have to be feeling confident. You know, they had a massive early lead in game 1. They did sort of throw it away to go into overtime. They have it again, but this time Infinity haven't proved anything to us. Still, just the 2 shots have come in compared to 6 for Transcend, who have also put away 2 of them. They've had as many goals as Infinity have had shots. But now Mimical is just going to run away with this one. He gets his first shot of the game, and it's 1 shot, 1 kill as this one goes straight to the net.
Yeah, right there. Ember not in the greatest of positions. Couldn't really go back anymore either. So you had to make a decision. Am I going to challenge the ball? And then, of course, risk being outplayed? Or am I going to try and rush back and see where it's going to go? Chose the more aggressive side. And on the other hand, that is also the thing that I said before. Like, we didn't see a lot from Ember, but right now, he's very involved. Does a lot of mechanical things for the team. But right here, he needs a little bit more consistency. He doesn't really have the boost. He needs to look for those opportunities, maybe get a little bit more pads to therefore make yourself a possible option to send the ball to or to pick it up, as he almost own goals it once again. Well, once again, I was going to say another own goal. That's why I meant it once again, and before I say that Amber already own goaled.
And now Miracle on the backline isn't able to get enough power, and Cal is able to just pop this one away. He was waiting for it. He knew Mimical was lower boost. Waits for the direct pass straight to him. Puts it right above him in the net. And the 2-goal lead is restored for Transcend. Infinity were able to come back early in just a matter of seconds. They're going to have to do it once again to just send this one to overtime. Once again, hopefully they wouldn't own goal this time. Juryev looking for the pass back to Ain, but it's not going to happen. Mimical 0 boost. Trying to bring anything forward on the offense. Ain and Juryev double commit. Pinch almost works out. Rattles off the crossbar. They're double committing a lot, but it's just not quite. They're ending in a lot of pinches, but nothing's happening for them. And I think the aggression for Infinity is just only really working on the offense. Their offense is so good. They get so many demos, but they're just not used to being pressed to a team. Maybe that's not happened so far. Maybe the real test has actually come when they've had to play another team that can actually press them back. Maybe their defense is their weak point. That could just being able to beat them and get up the field and topple them from that top spot, because so far Infinity Transcend do seem like the better team. They seem like the more deserving team of the top spot based off this game. But Ayan trying to show why he deserves the top spot, and she can't do it yet. Put wide of the post, and it's just not going to happen for Infinity. Just one of those games it would seem, because Transcend will take a 2-0 lead in this series.
Yeah, and with that 2-goal difference, it's definitely a good position for them to clean up that goal difference a little bit. Of course, the closer they get, the more they score, the more they take away from Infinity, the closer they get to them. Of course, like you said, the gap is quite big. So for this to make a difference, it's going to be impressive. We're going to have to see like a 10-goal game or something to really narrow it down by quite a lot. But one of the main elements that we're seeing right now, and it's also something that I said in the first game, like we didn't see a lot of Ember. Now Ember stepped up. We already had it briefly about how well Ember and Charm can actually work together. And I think that's the thing that we're seeing right now. Their combination, they're playing really well together. They know who has the tendency to go for which balls. And we can see that kind of chemistry. And it kind of also allows Call to just do whatever he wants. He can go very aggressive, be ready for the small mistakes from Infinity, where he got that like 1 goal for his team. And that is, of course, only because he has 2 very experienced players around him. Now, I get that you would have the question, why did we not see more dominant performances from Transcend up until now then? And I think the main element we have to look at is that this is only Ember's 15th game. So 15th actual game, not a series.
Oh, the minimum games you have to do as a sub is 16. So for it to be coming in this late, and for Ember to be putting on this kind of performance, that is impressive.
Well, yeah, he's probably not the sub. He's probably one of the main players, but barely has time, and then therefore they do it differently. They know they can just win, and then he will probably be there when they need to really perform.
Either that or Ember was an FA, you know. They got picked up and just certainly proved why they're a valuable asset to the team. Tries to do it once again, tries to take this one towards the net. Juriev is able to clear. Oak goes off the ceiling. Cal gets a touch. Goes back towards Mimical. Just going to send this up on the right wing. Charm. One touch. Mimical. Big bump. It now into the midfield lane, trying to put this one away. And now Infinity maybe could be exposed a little bit. They don't like it, but a big demo onto Cal from Ayan is going to clear up a bit of space for Infinity. And now Ayan, nice play out the corner, able to get it past two players. Now what can he create on offense? Not much as he comes out of boost. Once again, big 50 into midfield. Mimical puts it past one. But in the midfield, Mimical does so much work in the offense. But his teammates just not there to follow it up. Some of the basics of Rocket League maybe falling apart for this Master side.
Uh-oh, but now an opportunity.
Good shot chance, once again, wasted away.
Yeah, good moments here for the side from Infinity. They need to be a little bit more orchestrated. They need to communicate, need to make sure when to take over from one another. But on the other end, we're seeing a lot of awkwardness at the moment from the side from Transcend in defense. Of course, they still have one person back trying to pick up the ball. But it's not always that easy. Definitely not like right there where Charm all of a sudden needs to 50 somebody into the midfield. And everybody is just moving up. They want to attack. They feel good attacking as well. But they leave their backhand wide open sometimes.
Yeah, and the offense from these teams are just so good. But the defense maybe not quite up to snuff. Not what you'd expect from the Master Tier. But there you go, Ember. Able to just punt this one back up the field. Charm looking for the shot. Goes off the corner. Oh, Cal looking to set up his teammate once again. But this one could just very well be open. Mimical with another walk-in goal. And coming up to the halfway point of Game 3, Infinity have the lead.
Yeah, slight miscommunication there between Charm and Ember. Ember wanting to go for the ball would have also been a reasonable decision to make. But Charm wanted to cut across, felt like he had an angle to try and get it on target sooner. Something that Infinity might not expect, but Mimical, clinical touch right there to make sure that the ball is cleared away and his teammates got a little bit of time, but Ember blocks it, goes to the side wall. Now he needs a teammate right there. Charm a little bit too late. Caldy can't really clear it, plays it to the other side and gets the double, but hands it in once again to the opposing team. And this might be a good moment for Infinity to just lock it down, make sure that they get their rotationals pretty nicely to follow up from one another, have one person follow up from midfield, worst case scenario, and then they can have a lot of pressure on the side of Transcend.
Yes, certainly. So now we go back up the field. Cal in a bit of an awkward position, gets a bit bummed, but good save there on the back line, stealthy. The defense actually coming through now, you know, only one goal within 3 minutes. Maybe these Master defenses actually coming up to snuff now. Charm has his time, takes it, puts it over one. Can he get it over two? Jury a bit in an awkward position, sends it towards his own back wall. But Ember is there to put it. Shot goes towards the top left corner. Mimical big save. Juriev runs out of boost, punching it down the other end. Charm towards on his own backboard. Ayan tries to get this shot, but Ember with a massive block cuts that off early. Charm once again has control of the ball, but it's just beaten out by Mimical as he runs out of boost. Cal now up to the ball, up to their task as well. Ayan also low on boost. All these players just needing to get boosted, it would seem. Towards the backboard. Cal touch once again. All the backboard plays, the backboard and the sideboard plays. The edges of the pitch being used, but still no goals to come from it. We've only had one.
Almost looking like we could have gotten our second one, and I think the main thing that we're seeing right now, Transcend is getting a little bit too comfortable. They need to lock it down. They need to make sure that the moment that they're hitting the ball is moving forward. But Mimical now tries to get it cleared. Ayan right there has an opportunity, tries to pop it past Ember, but Ember does get a touch. Now Charm demoed, Goldie demoed, Ember lost one back, can only play it to the side. Now tries to follow it up. What a pitch! Ember!
Oh, Ember in such an awkward position, able to get around the entire Infinity team, and a massive ceiling pinch, no bounce, one for the GIF your game. Straight into the net. Ember ties up the game from such a difficult position. And that's the absolute magic of this player. Juriev now wants that lead back. Mimical in towards the midfield. Ayan places the shot wide. Mimical once again with control of the ball. Tries to play it off the sidewall, but it's too powerful. Juriev can't get anything onto it. Ayan once again towards the back wall, but it seems like it's just destined for another overtime. Mimical goes to the sidewall read. Still, Charm is able to send this one away. This could very well be the final attack of the game. Lingering in the Infinity corner. Ayan control of the ball. Now Mimical is just going to play this out, going to kill the ball, and we go to overtime once again. The second one of this series. At least half of these games have gone to OT. We'll see what will happen in game 4, but first we have to wrap up this one. Overtime once again. We'll see who takes this game, because if Transcend can do so, in which they can, they take a series lead 3-0, and they will look to sweep Infinity in game 4 on Beckwith Park.
Yeah, right here, we just saw it immediately off kickoff. Infinity struggling a little bit, and I think that's the main thing that we see from this team. The struggle off kickoff, because everybody is like quite widely positioned from one another. They don't know what to do with that space that is created between them. Normally they follow up very quickly on one another, make sure that they relieve that pressure with those touches in between. But Mimical, doing so much for his team, has the goal, has all the saves, and the most shots. We need to see more from Eamon Juriev. And there's 2 ways to do this, right? We can slow down our gameplay a little bit. Infinity is overpacing themselves. Second thing that they can do is make sure that the moment that you place that ball into midfield with a simple backward pass from the side corner, you try and extend your play by getting a bump, getting a demo. It's worked wonders so far for this team already, but they need more of it.
Yeah, there's just so much more they need to do. Juriev and Ayan, look at that, 150 points for Juriev, 132 for Ayan, and then Mimical there, 446. Just the battle of Mimical and Ember, it would seem, throughout that game. The only goal scorers from that. But yeah, Mimical's game on a goal and assisted. It just sort of was a gaff in the defense of Transcend. Now we go to the final game of this series, and we'll see, can Transcend sweep the league leaders Infinity in a huge game for them and tie them up in game wins going into game week 9, or will Infinity be able to keep their league lead and keep it at 2 wins ahead?
Well, of course, we'll see as it is game 4, Karen. Like, there's a lot that can happen, and we already see awkward moments here on the side from Infinity, struggling, chasing one after another to try and get that ball cleared. And we said it again, they need to work together. They need to spread out, believe in each other to make the play that you need to, as Mimical tries to get it into midfield, but it is immediately blocked away by the side from Transcend.
Yeah, so close. Infinity have something to fight for. Their Mimical out of boost, just tries to get a touch, but it's just awkward. Ayan, all by himself on the back line, actually plays it towards the midfield. Cal looking for the fast challenge. It's not going to happen for him. Juriev up to the other end of the field. Ember, the person you really do want in control of the ball, but it actually just goes back out, and Mimical past Ember, bar down. He has the goal once again. He is leading his team to a game win.
Awkward play from Ember as well, getting a touch, not rolling up the sidewall, but not even following it through either. And that made Charm believe that Ember was like, okay, he's probably going to make that play. Charm had to dive in, couldn't do so in time. But now it is Juriev. Double, can't be found, Mimical there, but the follow from Caldi to make sure that that ball gets cleared. Now gives the pressure to Transcend, who is trying to play it underneath, but Mimical there at the clinical time.
Well, clinical Mimical, it would seem. Now, oh, big team bump on the back line, and Juriev is there to step up and put this into the goal. 2-0 lead for Infinity. They haven't been able to have a 2-goal lead so far this series, but there we go. It happens in game 4, and maybe Transcend starting to fall apart, Stealthy. A little too late for the damage to be repaired, but well, Infinity finally have it.
It's never too late, Kyron. We saw it already in our last game. Just one pitch from Ember brought them back to that spot, and right now there's a lot of pressure. Ember needs to control it, can't really do so, and this is the thing that we need to see. Even though that they're awkward, even though they're behind, they need to calm down their play. They need to control the pace and set it so Infinity doesn't get opportunities like this where they can run away, get a shot on target, but Ember in the last moment is able to get the save, but with that demo, another spot is created, and Charm needs to make sure that he gets those clear as far as possible when those situations happen.
Yeah, and the shot's going to come through from Cal, and the counter-attack happens from Transcend. Lovely play up the field. Ember with a massive touch up on towards the back ball, and Cal is there to dunk it over Ayan, and it's 1-2 again. The two-goal lead is cut down. Same story as it was in game 1, just on the other end now. Mimical though wants to make this one 3-1. Gets a touch, but Ember extra touch to send it all back towards Cal. Juriev will have to try and get a good touch on this ball. Does sort of get it, goes off the side wall. Charm gets control of the ball. Is bumped off though by Juriev. Ember outspeeding every single member of Infinity, but just not put on target. But this one could very well be a free goal. And Ember's gonna get it. I think a little pool shot there, but the pinch infield from Cal gets it right past Juriev. And just where are the defenders for Infinity?
Mimical trying to race back, trying to get a touch in between there, but it's just so awkward, it's hard. But this is one of the most important things, right, Karen, when we're talking about what can you do when you're in awkward position, how can we release space? You need to make sure that the ball goes forward, and Mimical picks it up, the whiff there. I think it was from Charm. It really creates a space for them. Oh no, it's Ember that wasn't able to get the touch, and Mimical just right there in a good position to clear it.
You can't blame Ember there. The massive ceiling pinch over Charm sends it towards the backboard. So you have to react so quickly, and then you have to be able to execute the touch, and it's just so hard to do, even for the best players. But now Mimical reset, tries to get this one. Wait, tries to fake it under Ember, not going to fall for it. Ember now into the midfield once again. Charm had pre-jumped for this. But Ayan, 1v1 situation, going to try and take it over Cal. Does so, looking for the double, can't reach it. And Ember is able to send this one away, their third save of the game. But Juriev, massive, really good control of the ball, gets over Charm again. But now, Ayan in a possible awkward position. Cal can't get touch towards the midfield, and the attack is going to fade out with Ayan getting control of the ball once again.
Oh, pinch attempt coming through, but Ember able to clear it away. Mimical's still there. Oh, but Ember last second able to respond. It's going to tooth and nail. Infinity one time fourth, and they get it. What a beautiful pinch here, and a read from Ayan.
Wow, the pre-jump there from Mimical was so unexpected for me that the pinch there from Ayan goes straight into the top right corner. That's exactly what he would have wanted. Maybe not what he planned, but he'll absolutely take it. And now, a minute 49 seconds stay on the clock. Juriev, control of the ball, could be going towards the net again, but Charm able to collect the ball after retrieving his own boost. And oh, big fake, and Mimical is there to put this one away, trying to put the game away, and it's going to keep that lead at the head of the table, because that one team, remember, get to buy in playoffs, and it's not like it's towards the start of the season. We are coming towards the end of league play, Stealthy. All of these goals, all of these individual games could matter so much, because the battle for the top spot is so incredibly wide open.
Yeah, both definitely have a good opportunity here. Transcend closing that gap, but if it goes on, it is going to be Infinity making sure that they stay up by 2. Now Caldy and Ember double committing right there. Last minute, they need to get those goals going quickly as Ember extends it into midfield. A in awkward position, able to get it to the side. Goldie right there, can't get a touch. Now dives in. 50 doesn't go his way as Mimical is lurking. He's trying to pick up the ball from Ember, and with that, he's really nagging at that time. The time that Transcend desperately need to use to try and get that offensive play going. And never mind, it's done. GG.
Yeah, I don't think any amount of offensive play really is going to matter for Transcend now. 6-2, the final scoreline. Well, not the final scoreline, but the current scoreline coming towards the final moments of Game 4. Just 58 seconds left on the clock. This game does seem dead in the water. This series pretty much over and said and done with. The result all pretty much written in stone, and that might as well very well do it. But no, Ayan places it wide and then doubles it up, but I don't think he'll care too much.
Yeah.
He secured Failure of the Week this series, I believe. I hope he submits it.
Oh,
Close for Charm, but it's gonna 7th heaven.
you legit also hear like a wave of emotion. Oh. It was going so well. He almost saved it. An insane save. And then it still ends up going in. It's so unfortunate. But so far, Infinity, just solid game 4. And from Transcend, I don't know, they don't play the same way they did in the first 3 games. Of course, we do have to give Infinity credit for their offensive pressure. It's a little bit more like game 1 again. But Transcend, they're playing like they're scared of something. They're playing like they don't want to challenge, that they don't want to use that speed that they normally do. Because right there, Ember should be rotating back and Caldi should be able to dive, try and do something, try and get pressure going. But there's nothing of that sort at the moment from Transcend, so I think they've given up. They've taken that mantle now to say, like, okay, it's whatever, we don't need that goal difference. We'll do it through game difference instead in our next series to come.
Well, yeah, I think the goal difference is so massive, about 50 goals, really, between the 2 teams, that it's not really going to matter. It's going to come down to game difference at the end of it. So all that Infinity will need to do is hold, is not give away a 2-game lead going into their final matches. Let me check the database quickly. This will, yeah, they will have 2 final series in week 9. 8 more games for each of them to decide who will top the table in the Glaciers Master Conference. That the difference between them, 2 games. We'll have to keep up with that throughout the series, but Transcend take this series 3-1. They closed down the gap by 2 games. Well done to them. And an exciting series for us.
Yeah, it was definitely an exciting start to the day. We have to put it as it is. So, like, of course, this is only the first game of this evening. And yeah, Transcend, they also have the same amount of games next week to make it happen. Of course, if they had another series this week, it could have definitely gone in their way, but sadly enough, they already lost to the team right below them, to Vulcan. So yeah, they really need to come back in that next week. I think Marv had a very ambitious prediction of going with 4-0. It ended up being 3-1 instead. Yeah, I think Marv done goofed a little bit.
Yeah, Marv predicted it so hard that he put it as the result. But no, Transcend 3-1, everyone. Transcend 3-1. Apparently, caster noise has gone up a little bit, but yeah, well done to Transcend. We'll keep up with you, or at least I will certainly be keeping up with that battle in the Master Conference. But for now, I think that is it for you, Tom.
Yeah, that's it for me. Of course, you're going to be back with more Rocket League, with more RSC. And then the next team, of course, that you're going to see is Vanguards and Darkness after a short break.
Alright, thank you guys. I'll see you in a few moments. I'll be joined by Tom.
Wherever we go, we'll always know. From the highest mountain to the bottom of the ocean, yeah. Our song is running to your grave.
Feel me in the darkness. Like shadows, they follow you like an accomplice. Lost all of your dreams, the night is heartless. My shadows, they follow you. My shadows, they follow you in the darkness.
come move around like the first rush when the school is out, when the booze is up, when the sun is down. Enjoy the ride, got some pillows in the Chevy. Slide a die, lay low, hitting heavy. Take your time, let me know when you're ready. Couple months I've been messing with this steady. Open for plans tonight. Lost in the afterglow. Oh, girl, your love for me keeps calling me, so I'm calling you. Love, give me love to find. I long for your company. Oh, girl, your love for me is a part of me, my biology. Yeah, yeah.
Over first place, and they are only 2 behind them, so long as they pick up at least 3 games out of the 8 they have remaining to play in these next 2 series they have this week, they will go back in front. So they have been the more dominant team so far this season. So once again, yes, I am soloing this series. Looking at the stats, I'll let you do that for yourselves for a minute as I just get into the lobby.
There's a lot of things on my mind.
Gonna try and figure out the lobby details.
Like 365.
Oh, man. But yeah, there you go. Look at the player stats now on the screen. Trying to look for something. Wolfie, quite clear as the main players really for this darkness side. Satu and Xylet B. Is that how you say it? They're both played the same amount of games, so it'll be interesting to see who will be playing the series today. Then on the side of Vanguards, Detroit and Bangladesh? However you say it. Raw Bank Noodles. Thank you for the move for that. You do seem to be the main players, and then Cashier and Rox. Not played as many games. Rox probably will have to play this series. You know, you have to play a player for 16 games over the season, unless otherwise you are not able to play in playoffs. So, I'm gonna have to make a bold prediction. Well, it's not gonna be very bold. I'm gonna say a 3-1 in the favor of Darkness. I think they've been more dominant this season. I think the lead is enough in the lead. They're so far in the lead that I think it just proves why they're better. So I think a 3-1 for them will be just fitting. As Vanguards are a little ways behind, but they are still in third place, rightfully so. You know what, chat? While we're together, tell me your predictions. You know, anyone that wants to know, tell me your predictions, guys, and I'll read them out, and we'll see what we can all do together.
Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me. They'll be calling me royalty.
Oh, the first time chat for Bilal Zaga 14, he says 2-2. There we go, so he's differing from me already. We can't be having that, mate. But there you go, that's your opinion. 2-2. As there we go, I am fine. We are in the lobby. The players are in the lobby. So we'll get ready to go any second now. Detroit has apparently turned Polish. But there we go, we're gonna get in the lobby now. We have the players joining their respective sides. And Vanguards and Darkness will be up in just a second. Right, we're going to take this nice and calm. We're going to save my voice. Kick off. Raw Bank Noodles tries to put this one. Wolfie, big miss, but able to just recover. Now Duck. I'm not going to say the full name every time. Again, I've got a save voice. There's Wolfie tries to put this one into the midfield. Doesn't have a teammate there, so Detroit to the sidewalk of his own corner. Places towards his Raw Bank Noodles, who I'm just going to call Noodles for the sake of it. Got to figure out people's names, how to say them faster. We'll see how this series goes. Game 1, 40 seconds past, no goals yet, no fast goals. 2 even teams so far, but a lot to come in this series. Now Duck, looking to get a play off the wall, is beating out Cashier, keeps possession of the ball, tries to send this back towards one of his teammates, gonna not manage to do so. Duck tries to play this towards the midfielder. Wolfie is waiting for the shot, dropped down, but a sort of triple committed play there coming out from Darkness, and Vanguard's looking to punish now. Duck does get a solid clear. Cashier won't die for this. Satu is able to play this towards the side, but Cashier, with that patience, able to send this one away. Raw Bank Noodles towards the net. Satu banks us out the field. Cashier now has time in the corner, but bringing pressure by Satu. Wolfie up on towards the sidewalk, going to try and play this into the midfield. It's not going to happen. Detroit now. Raw Bank Noodles. Bank Noodles into the midfield. Cashier looking for a shot. It's weak. Easy save for Satu. Now what can Wolfie do? 50 by Detroit, who's now on the back wall looking to get a touch. Tries to maybe send it towards Cashier, who's not going to overcommit for it. Duck puts this towards Satu in the midfield, and yet nothing to come from it. Oh, that was close. Wolfie diving on that Bank Noodles. not able to collect. He's going to pass it towards midfield. Detroit off the back wall. Wolfie, though, able to collect. Could be in a 1v1 situation here. Has the flip reset. Isn't able to get much from it. Ball's going to go up. Duck trying to play this once again infield for his teammate, but nothing's going to happen. Once again, still 0-0 as we approach the halfway mark in game 1. Duck, big 50 out towards the right side. Detroit has control of the ball, plays it in towards the midfield. Duck, off his own corner, plays this back to Wolfie, who is being immediately challenged by Cashier Satu. Trying to get it past Raw Bank Neils, fakes it, goes low, is able to get it past and gets it past 2. There's Detroit, who's beaten off on the side wall. But Cashier, 1v1 situation, bumps Wolfie. Satu is bumped, but he's able to get control of the ball. And nothing's going to happen as Wolfie and Cashier are sat there in a rule 1, and Detroit's going to capitalise on it for the first goal of the game. Well, as Wolfie and Cashier just sat there in a rule 1, well, the demo comes through and Detroit is able to just get the free goal. And there you go, Vanguards in the lead. They take the first goal of the series in game 1. And with 2 minutes left, Darkness have plenty of time to retaliate, but they're going to have to do it at some point, otherwise they will just straight up escape. Here we go again, Satu. Trying to take control of the ball off the corner. Back Noodles running in towards the midfield. Ooh, Cashier bumps Wolfie out of the way and doesn't actually get control of the ball. Goes into his own corner, grabs his boost. Two Darkness players in his own side, but he's able to play it out now. Tries to get control of the ball once again, goes up. Now Duck into the midfield. Wolfie sends it back towards Duck, but he's just going to collect the boost. Leave this one. Now goes back. Satu has time. Quick to turn, tries to play this towards Duck. He's going to be the first on the ball, but he's 50'd by Cashier. Satu. Play a 50 maybe, but this one's close. Duck with a magnificent save to keep it out, stop them going 2 down, keep them within this game. Wolfie trying to play this into the midfield, not going to happen. Cashier has control of the ball, but it's just played into the hands of Satu, who gets control of it once again now. Detroit out of the field. Wolfie gets control of the ball, gets a solid touch. Now Cashier, what can he do? Off the ceiling, demoed! Airstrike from Wolfie, but it's coming to 40 seconds. And nothing's happened yet for Darkness. Like, they've had 2 shots. Nothing's happened for them yet. And that touch, it won't exactly help, just gives Cashier time and space. But the one thing he doesn't have is boost, is he's just trundling along the left side. Gets a flick. Bank Noodle. Satu though, right down the field. Who's going to be first to this? Satu looking to get it again, but massive touch from Detroit, who could actually be looking at a free shot. Goes under one, going to leave it for a teammate. Bank Noodles, saved away by Satu. Now Duck needs the last second play. He goes up the other end of the field. Detroit gets control of the ball. Wolfie towards Nils and in the top left corner. And we have last gasp for Darkness when with 3 seconds left they tie up game 1. Oh. Right, we go to the kickoff once again now. What can happen? This one's going to go towards the net, but Troy not able to get a touch on it. Duck gets the bunk on Bank Noodles. Back towards the backboard. This one should fall to the ground, and it will. We go to overtime for the first game in the series after the late goal from Darkness. Wolfie wins the kickoff. Going to try to steal the boost. I think he's done it. Now in towards the midfield. All 3 Darkness players up. And they go unable to be punished by Detroit. He just about misses the speed direct. Goes in towards the midfield. Satu trying to play off his teammate's pass. But not going to happen yet. Detroit now will look for a pass of his own in towards the midfield. Not going to happen. Wolfie had control of the ball. Beats one. It could be going over 2. Bank Noodles though is able to get the touch onto his own back ball. Satu puts off the back ball once again. And now Duck. Good touch off the side wall now. Tried to beam this towards the opponent's net. It's not going to happen still. The pressure coming out now for Darkness. They're keeping it in the opponent's half, but finally Vanguards break out. The shot off the back wall for Detroit, and he puts it into the net. Vanguards take the first game in the series. Well, there we go. Vanguards win the first game in the series. Darkness, if they want to win this, and take back that league topping position in this game rather than the next, they will have to just take 3 games in a row in a sort of gentleman's sweep. Vanguards, though, looking to take at least a draw out of this now. They only need to get 1 more game to solidify that. So, my caster that isn't beside me because I don't have one. What do you think about this? Well, Kieran, it's a very exciting game here. In game 1, we had a lot of entertainment happening. So now, I think maybe Vanguards, if they can keep this up, they had a lot of pressure towards the end of game 1, and, they got that overtime going, and they were ready throwing at Darkness. Darkness was able to get that late goal, but it's not much they could do about the end of it. Lovely shot there from Detroit, who got both of the goals. But we're going to go into game 2 now. I'm very excited. Well, there, thank you. Thank you, my friend, my non-existent friend. We go into game 2 on Forbidden Temple. Satu with Detroit. Maybe the stars of their respective teams last game. They'll face off on the 50 just there, but the ball's going to be left Cashier off the sidewall. Detroit gets a touch, but it's not what he wanted. Banknood's not able to follow on it. Actually gets bumped. Now Doug gets a demo, but it is high for his teammate. Banknoodles towards the backboard. Doug able to get control of the ball. Wolfie, lovely touch up the field. Detroit just sends it towards the ground where Duck is waiting, looking for the bump. It's not going to connect for him. Not in time anyway. Detroit towards the net. Wolfie, easy touch, takes his time, pops it over 2. And Satu could be looking at a free shot. He's going to try and 50 it past Cashier, but good defense from the man, knows his 1v1 skills. Now Cashier has control of the ball, cuts inside, and it's just a free shot for Banknoodles, and Vanguards lead 1-0 in game 2. And there we go. Vanguards lead once again. They look to take a 2-0 series lead. Darkness will want to respond quickly, but Detroit has control of this ball, dribbling it out. Wolfie, good 50 out towards the right side. Gonna try and follow on this. That miss from Cashier won't help. But strong enough 50 from Banknoodles that Duck is able to get 1 touch on this, but this bang is gonna bang straight into the orange net. Darkness are 2-0 down. Vanguards will be feeling it. Yeah, NC is not happy with that one. In the chat. There we go. We go back to kickoff once again. The 3rd one in this game already. We had just the 3. Oh no, I can't count. We're gonna ignore that. So we're gonna do a chilled out stream. I'm taking it maybe just a little bit too chill. Once again, Cashier off the sidewall, trying to play this towards a teammate. He's not gonna be able to do it. Satu gonna go towards the back right corner. Bangs up Detroit. Just to get a touch on this. Wolfie. It's just out towards his teammate on the right. Satu looking for the pass down to Duck, but he just misses the ball. And now the counter attack coming from Vanguards. Detroit trying to get that sidewall read. Not going to happen for him. Now Satu and Cashier racing to the ball. Satu gets the stronger 50, goes out towards Royal Banknoodles. Does miss it in the corner. Cashier's going to follow up on this. Now what can Quack do? Not much. Satu just about misses the ball. Demo from Detroit could leave the back line empty. And another hunt for a demo or a bump. Duck doing Quack. Absolutely able to defend his goal. Perfect from him. Just coming out of the net. The shot maybe now could have come through, and Satu's there to put this one away. Duck on the defense, on the offense, he's done it all so far this game, and the lead is cut down by 1 just before half time. Right, let's take a sip of water as we go into our next play. Satu gets control of this ball, just misses it once again, but Wolfie has control of this now. Up towards the back wall, Duck has to get a touch. Does so. Wolfie 0 boost. Duck also low, he's going to try get there. His opponent's corner boost does so now, finally. Wolfie in towards the midfield. Satu gets control of the ball off the backboard. Not quite low enough. None of his teammates can follow either now. Wolfie gets a touch out to the right side. Can he follow it up? Oh, he almost did. Misses the ball. But Satu fakes this one low. Going to try and fake out Detroit. He's not going to fall for it. He's just going to dive at the ball. It's going to work for him as he now comes up the field. But he ends up just passing it towards Doug, who is eventually bumped off the ball. Cashier rushing in. Wolfie has to get a 50. He doesn't just about manage it. Had no momentum. Cashier had 100% of the movement going into that. Detroit over to the left side. Doug into the midfield. Is a teammate waiting there. Lovely pass from Doug. Satu scores again. Once again, set up by the same man. Satu puts it into the net once again. Wolfie asking for a remake of the server after this game. But there we go. 2-2 Darkness. Bring it back. And with a minute 30 left on the clock, this game could go absolutely anywhere. Now Duck tries to take the ball off to the sidewall, actually just takes his touch a bit later, goes low, but Satu almost misses off the backboard and it was close. Detroit looking for the bump maybe, puts a shot towards it. Satu closes it out where Duck is waiting in the corner. He's going to go up the field now, just a small air dribble. Satu is there to follow it up. Duck going to look for the bump, Satu another weak shot. And Duck can't connect on any bumps now. Possibly Darkness exposed as Wolfie doesn't have enough momentum to reach the ball. It's put into the top right corner by Detroit. And Vanguards have their lead back with just a minute left. Yeah, the chat server's going to have to be restarted. Apparently just the server is ropes, according to Wolfie. That's a direct quote, there you go. Inside information in the RSC stream. There's still 45 seconds left for Darkness to make something of this. This could be it. Just goes over Detroit, he's low on boost. Wolfie in the corner, goes towards him, but big 50 from Detroit. Beating out all of Darkness, but that miss certainly will help. It goes towards the midfield. Duck has control of the ball, gonna look for the bump, it's not gonna happen. Bag Noodles out towards the right side. Satu, control of the ball once again, straight down towards the teammate. Wolfie bumped out of the way. Bang Noodles gets control of the ball. He's just going to try and waste time. 20 seconds left now for Darkness to score a goal and send us to overtime. Satu out of boost. Tries to do anything to send it towards the midfield. But Bang Noodles' big 50 in the corner could just be an extra goal maybe for Vanguards to seal this game away. But this will be the last opportunity. They had late heroics in game 1, did Darkness, but that's not going to be it. That's just going to be one more goal, an extra bit of goal difference for Vanguards. We'll have a server reset any second now, but Vanguard's 2-0 up in the series. Oh. Alright, chat, what are we thinking about that? My prediction already wrong. Vanguards with a somewhat upset 2-0 lead in this series. I think maybe Darkness playing their sub. I'm not sure who their sub is, but look at that, huge for Vanguard's 2-0 up in the series. When I get the word from Morv, we'll head into game 3 on Sovereign Heights. And man, I don't know what Darkness needs to change. Maybe my little co-caster over here can. I've gone the wrong side of the screen, mate. We're gonna go over here. So, the little co-caster on the screen. What do you think we need changing for Darkness to pick up? Well, I just think you need some violence, Kieran. You know, you gotta get some aggression into it. You gotta bring anything you can to that pitch and just absolutely clatter your opponents out the way. And honestly, that Darkness aren't doing it. They're not creating chances. Like, the ball is popping into the midfield and nothing is coming out from it. So therefore, no goals will be scored for them. They just can't get their opponents out the way. They're just constantly sat in the defense. And they're not being removed from the field. Violence is the answer, Kieran. Well, thank you, my little co-caster that I don't normally have. I've been put on 2 screens. So that's absolutely fantastic. You know, there's 2 of me now. So, you know, solo caster becomes cloned. maybe this is clip of the week, maybe fail of the week. I don't know. But we'll go into game 3 whenever the server is up. There we go. And now I am joining the lobby. We are on Forbidden Temple again, it would seem. I don't know if the players will really care if we're on Sovereign Heights for the next game. I think they're just gonna gonna deal with it. You know, Forbidden Temple is a fine, lovely map. It's fine. We've got Morv here, not so experienced with the RSC stream, but we forgive him. We forgive him. You know, it's a hard job, the broadcast. You know, we all appreciate the broadcasters we have, whether it be Stingray, whether it be Kendo, whether it be Morv, you know, on his first RSC stream in the production era. But we're gonna get going again. So, here we go. Back on Forbidden Temple once again for another showdown. The last time we were here, yes, Morv, we do appreciate you. Last time we were here, Vanguards were able to take a 3-2 victory. This time, Darkness will be aiming to spin this one around and fight for a draw in this, you know, something they wouldn't exactly want to be doing, but they'll have to do that to top the current table toppers. They want to tie them up with, you know, still 4 games in hand, which I absolutely believe they will be able to take going into the final series of the week. But once again, yeah, it's going to be close for them after dropping 2 games. It's going to be hard. The number 1 seed can be so important, just getting that bye, not having to play as many series in the playoffs. You know, get that sweet, sweet cash prize. You know, that, I think, £100 in Elite. You know, that's £25 for each of you. Wolfie, he wants his money. Sends this one towards the back wall. Not able to follow it up. Duck, third man. Does get it over 1. 50's another. Satu. Oh, big whiffs on the ball. And Cashier is there to put that one away. And Vanguard's back in the lead once again. And it is not looking good for Darkness at the minute. Oh, Jet. No, Duck! Big shot, big banging shot out from the right side there. It's going to smack this down, bar down. The big, brilliant crossfield pass from Wolfie. Duck is there in the perfect position, bar down, bounces twice. 51 kilometers an hour, the speedometer shows, but it would have been a lot faster than that. Beautiful shot from Duck. And we are straight back to tie game after the kickoff. And it could very well swing in the favor of Darkness now. But not going to happen for them yet. Wolfie has control of the ball, has full boost. He's being pre-jumped by Kesher off the ceiling. This one falling towards the orange net. Not going to fall in just yet. Bank Noodles tries to put this towards the net. Miss from Detroit. Cashier doesn't want to extend just yet. This one's going to go towards the midfield. Noodles 50. But it's just not going to bounce in for him. Wolfie once again gets control of the ball. Gets another pop. Detroit has to back off just a little bit. Will eventually bang it up the field. Satu has to get the touchdowns. But Detroit will get control of the ball once again. Puts it towards the midfield. Duck has to get a 50. Does. Satu's going to have to do the same. He gets bumped out the way as both players miss the ball. Wolfie not a good touch actually towards his teammate. Going to try and get the shot away. But Detroit says cut it out. So, mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the scoriest of them all? I don't know, I just made that pun up out of nowhere. Here we go, but hey, who can score the next goal in this game? They'll go 2-1 in front, they'll look to take the game. If it is Vanguards, they will look to be going 3-0 up in the series and are somewhat upset. If it is Darkness, something they'll be expected, they'll look to fight for the draw. And like I said earlier, you don't get to the top spot in the league without being somewhat resilient. Now towards the midfield, Bang Noodles has control of the ball, gets it over Duck. Satu though, has time, is able to collect, bangs up towards the backboard. Is gonna go again. Wolfie Tries to put this back bottom left. Duck. Once again up to the ball. Tries to ping this towards the backboard. Detroit though. Solid touch. Satu just going to play it infield for Wolfie. Shot's going to come in. Double commit save between Bank Noodles and Cashier, but they're able to get it away as Bank Noodles has control of the ball once again. Satu, somewhat awkward challenge. Bank out of boost, but absolutely going to work on the Darkness defense. But still, nothing yet. Still 1-1 with a minute 40 remaining. Now, see, a little bit of dance going on between Detroit and Cashier there. Duck out towards the sideboard, not going to happen just yet. Detroit gets control of this ball once again now. Going to try to take this towards the backboard, not going to happen. Wolfie bangs us up in the top left corner. Bang Noodles low on boost, going to try and do anything he can. Detroit is able to bail him out. Wolfie though, control of the ball once again. He's up to it first, but no he's not, because Bank Noodles there. Diving effort save to be able to clear this one away, stop the threat. And now they look to counter attack, but once again sent up by Satu. A big demo from Wolfie on Detroit is going to slow down any oncoming Vanguard's attack. And I think they're now just going to regroup, take their time. Miss from Detroit, just trying to make it awkward. Does delay them a little bit. Buys time for his teammate Duck. Has control of the ball. Towards the sidewall, somewhat interesting car. You know, you might point out from Duck there. But this one's going to go towards the top left. Duck in such an awkward position. Can he get the save? Yes, he can. Detroit isn't able to put it in. That could have been the game winner. But it's not going to happen for him. Danny. Oh, sorry, Duck. Looking to get any touch on this, trying to get it out. And now, Darkness being so heavily pressured. Vanguards have so much momentum going for them. Now into the midfield. It comes. Satu looking for the bump. Duck keeps this one in the air. He's going to try and play into the midfield. Could Wolfie be there? 0-second hero. He can't quite. It is saved away. And we go to overtime once again. For another time this stream. Duck. Control of the ball. Flicks this over one. Gets the demo on Detroit. Wolfie puts this one towards the midfield. The net. Bank gets blocked. Either that or he couldn't reach it. And Wolfie takes the game for Darkness. Quickly in overtime. Wow, there we go. Yeah, apparently I'm gonna start talking to myself later. If anyone's saying I'm gonna go crazy, man, yeah, don't worry, I already am. Don't you worry, Chan, don't you throttle pedal. But there we go. Finally, Vanguard's able to take one game as I've just got someone join me for the final game. A good old friend. Everybody welcome Big Jebs.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're here. Game 4. I've been watching the game. Sadly, I was at work, so I couldn't make it to fill in. But we're here now. We're ready to go. I'm not Tom Dillon. I am Big Chebs. But going into Game 4, it's looking like an almighty series here, Kieran. And I'm very excited to see what happens going into this Game 4.
Well, to update you, Vanguard's with a somewhat upset. Currently 2-1 up, but Darkness just took the last game. We're actually back on Forbidden Temple. But we're going into the final game now, Chebs, and Darkness will want to bring this to a draw. They will tie the table toppers, but will also have 4 games in hand. Take back that top spot that they had at the start of the week. But we're now finally into the game as we wait for you. You'll be here any second, I'm sure, but Wolfie gets control, sends it towards the back wall. Satu now just going to fake it out. Bank Noodles goes past it, chasing the demo maybe. Satu's just going to lead this one for Wolfie, but gets 50. Duck able to clear it out. Satu could be looking at a free shot, goes towards the net, and he puts it in. And before Chebs can get here, it is 1-0 Darkness. They finally have a satisfying lead. 21 seconds into the final game, and they are rolling in it.
Yeah, well, I've still got the stream open. I told you I was watching. I can see it from here. Beautiful shot from Satu. Not able to get back the Vanguard defense. They take the lead 1-0 Darkness here, and we could be looking towards a draw in the series.
Well, certainly a draw could be very well could be what's coming. So I think if you're watching the stream, you know you have a slight bit of delay. You're more able to give us a good old screen share, give you actually a bit less of a delay now, as you can cast it live. Towards the back wall this one will go. Wolfie tries to get 50 towards the midfield, trying to make it 2-0, trying to solidify that oncoming draw, but still 4 minutes of regulation play to go in game 4. Falls all over the place, it would seem. Dunked by Cashier. Satu gets control of this ball. Now it's going to go in towards the midfield. Wolfie bangs up towards the end. Can't get anything on it. Nothing to come from it just yet, but still the pressure is coming out from Darkness, playing more like themselves, maybe it would feel like. But the fake, maybe from Satu, just runs out of boost. Nothing going to happen for them, chaps.
Yeah, really good pressure here building from Darkness. They're looking to double that lead. They might not need it. Wolfie, lovely pass from Duck. Wolfie doubles the lead to 2. Lovely little passing play from Darkness. And Vanguard's nothing to answer for yet. After taking the first 2 games, they've crumbled apart.
Well, yeah, Vanguards are not in a favourable position anymore. They look so good going 2-0 up in the series, but now it looks like it's all going to go away because Darkness have started to ramp it up. They are 2-0 up in this game. Wolfie, tight angle shot. Maybe. Cashier had it covered probably, but Satu is beaten out by him. He's going to go towards the midfield. Vanguards will look to get one back on the road to tying up this game and looking to take the series win, but that boom from Satu is going to send them right back to their corner, and they're going to have to go back to the drawing board. But the shot actually going to come in from Quacky. Has it all drawn up. Top right corner.
Beautiful shot from Dark. Yeah, they relieved the pressure, Satu, with that lovely clearance. But then Roll, not able to get the greatest of touches, kind of pops it middle, leaving it open for Duck to pop it in that top corner. They take it 3. They're running away with it. And after being 2-0 down, 2-0 up, Vanguards will be kicking themselves now with a draw on pretty much on the table here from Darkness.
Yeah, Vanguards will not be very happy with how this game has gone. Such a brilliant start towards the beginning of this, but this could be another free shot. Satu gets a touch, but it's just going to be saved away now. But another big demo. This is what I was saying. Well, I wasn't saying, you know, my caster friend, if you can call him that, was saying some aggression, and it's coming out now for Darkness. Maybe that's how they like to play their game. But Duck 50 out towards the upper end. Cashier is able to get this one cleared away, but Satu, solid touch, but still the shots oncoming from Vanguards.
Ball comes out. Satu tries to take it forward, but denied by Rollback Noodles. Comes across to Detroit, who goes for a shot. Duck looks very out of position. It goes in. They reduce the deficit by 1. I think Darkness just kind of caught a bit out of position. Duck ends up on the wall, isn't able to get across to it. It's a good finish from Detroit, pretty much being given an open net, but they're always the hardest ones to score. And we go back. 2 goals left for Vanguard to pick back to take this game to OT, and it's still a long way to go.
Yeah, certainly still a lot to go now. Wolfie on the sidewall, beaten out by Roll. Guess as such, Wolfie's just going to leave this for his teammate, and oh, lovely fake! It's been sent there, but Cashier, 50 Detroit, sends it out towards the left wall. He's going to try and follow this up, but Wolfie's going to be the first one to do this. Sends it out all the way across the pitch to the right where Cashier is waiting. So he's going to intercept this. It's going to go down, straight down, but Roll not able to get this towards the teammate, but big demo now. Satu, who was on the ball, it just been removed from the pitch, and suddenly, from 3-0 up, Darkness are put back within 1, and Vanguards look to tie up this game with 1:03 remaining.
Another mistake from Duck. He's looking a bit awkward on that corner. He can't quite catch the ball, and it pretty much makes it perfectly open for is that a roll to put it in. But one goal left to take this to OT. 50 seconds to go. It's definitely doable. Roll almost ties the game up with a nice little shot, but it doesn't end up going in. That's also very close, but stays out, and the ball pings back towards Darkness's half. Wolfie tries to play the ball forward because they're there to meet it early, and that's the equaliser. 3-3. Vanguard with their third goal. Again, Duck pushing forward too far as third, leaving that goal open for Kazir. And it really could be anyone's game now.
Well, there you go, Darkness. It looked destined that they were going to tie up the series and just be a 2-2, but they could very well be put behind. And Vanguards, with a miracle Game 4 comeback, are currently in series winning position. With that goal, Darkness caught out of position for about 3 goals in a row. Demos just catching them off in 28 seconds. What have you got left? Because you have to score to send this one to overtime. This could be a own goal comes out. Duck is credited with the goal. But who was that with the own goal? It was Detroit, and the man who's been so good for his team throughout this whole series. They go in front, but an own goal puts it back to tied, and this game is just ping-ponging all over the place. Bank could be able to put this one away. Miracle save. Duck is going to go back towards the midfield, but no attacks are going to come from it. Wolfie will go for the 50 as the game finally calms down, but we've had the final 10 seconds, Gems.
My goodness, back and forth, both teams with a chance to clinch it here in the last dying embers of Game 4. But we're going to overtime. Will this be a win of the series for Vanguards, or will they tie it up? Only overtime is here to tell us.
Well, currently, Statu looks to tie up the series, and he will. And this overtime also over quickly. 2 in a row, 2 overtimes. I don't think Darkness would have wanted to go to overtimes. But there you go, at the end of it, it is a 2-2 between the two teams in second and third. Chebs, you got here just in time to enjoy the final part of this series. And well, I got to enjoy the full span of it. I solo casted for 3 games, but at the end of it, there was a lot of ups and downs, but at the end of it, it is just even. 2-2 between the two teams. Darkness and Vanguards will split the winnings. So thank you for joining me, Jebs, throughout this. That will be the end of my night, but Jebs, any comments from you?
No, I mean, I'm back again in like 20 minutes or so. I don't know how much longer, 25 minutes, for our final series of the evening, which I believe is my own Onka versus the DSQ team, Caligo.
Yes, DSQ's Caligo, so, you know, a team that I represent, obviously in a different tier. And then, you know, your own team's Onka, so we'll obviously be rooting for different sides. I'll be rooting for my GM in Nations, playing there on the pitch. But yeah, that's it for me. I solo casted for a while. I got delusional for a bit, but I'll be heading off. Thank you everyone for tuning into RSC. You have one more match coming up. You have Caligo versus Onka, and I'll see you another day. Peace.
Just let me fall to my Just let me fall to my grave. Heart fails under pressure. Wonder if these bad days will last forever. So pessimistic from the past. All the good things end up in caskets. I'm never feeling okay. Good days are so hard to find. Just help me know all the pain. let me fall to my groove. Secure. Just let me fall to my groove. Just let me fall to my grave. Myself on you, yeah.
But you long gone, it don't matter. Ride or die, that's been the deal. The light of your back, I disappear. But if you don't play that for me, I'm out of it, I'm out of it. I lick my gun and then I'm done. I'm out of it, I'm out of it. And there's no man to tell me you're no good. I'm brushing away to you, the weight of you, of my shoulder. Done with my cigarette, and when all the smoke is clear, I'm brushing away to you, the weight to you, the weight to you. Don't need a no man. tell me you're no good. I'm brushing away, do you? The weight of you, of my shoulders. Done with my cigarette, and when all the smoke is clear, I'm brushing away, do you? The weight, do you? The weight of you. Don't need a no man.
The loving in my heart won't break it through. I never wanna say that we are through. I'm holding on to what we still have left. And yeah, you know me. The love I give is the love I got. So don't walk away. Don't just leave it all just to watch it fade away. Just to watch it fade away. Just to watch it fade away. To watch it fade away. And yeah, you know me. The love I give is the love I got. So don't walk away. Don't just leave it all just to watch it fade away. To watch it fade away. To watch it fade away. To watch it fade away.
I'm lost in a city, still so far from home. I've searched for you all my life. Cast out like a shadow, racing towards the light. I pray to see you one more time. Will you come with me and guide me through the dark? Stand by, watch me fall apart. I've always loved you more than you know. Father, don't you let me go. and satellites. When I'm old and losing sight, carry me home all through the night. I need your love, I need your light, like city night.
Thinking about this one, Maisie.
Well, I mean, I think it's very interesting. 6v1 here, Caligo, they've got everything in their ballpark right now. They need to get wins out of this series. They need to either aim for a 2-2 or ambitiously try to get a win. You know, Onka, they are the favourites to win this season currently, I believe. I mean, just looking at them, they've got 43 wins, 17 losses, very strong start, very strong mid to the season, and hopefully they're going to aim for a very, very good end. What can you tell me about the players, Big Chabs?
Well, obviously, we've got the Titans here in Rival. We have Onka, Sixy, Mox, and AV. Picking up AV mid-season due to some, I think, just chaos. Due to a few different player changes as the season went on. But doing very well. 71% win rate since picking up AV. And yeah, storming away at the top of the leaderboard, especially due to some recent results coming in from some of the other teams here in Rival. But on the other side of it, we have Caligo, and they've had a good couple roster changes recently. Obviously, not doing the best. Sat down in 6th, but have definitely picked it up. Gecko being the most recent addition to that roster. Since he's come in, they've got 63% win rates. They're not doing too badly since picking up these new players. So it's definitely, I think, going to be a stronger side from Caligo than just a 6th place.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Gecko. I know Gecko. Gecko's a very good player. Mystics and Robin, they're also both good players, and I think that's the lineup they're going to be playing because, I mean, looking at this, if other players that have been on the team have got sub games in, then I don't know. But as the way it stands, Gecko still has 2 series needed to play, and considering we are so close to the end of the season, that is quite a lot of series. But I think this series will be very, very close. Now, I've got a question for you, and I'm going to hope that there's no real bias from you, as I know you are the GM of Onka, but who do you think is going to take this series, Big Jebs?
We don't need any bias in this, but we're going 4-0 to Onka, of course. They're my boys, I've got to back them. I can't be doing anything other than a 4-0 sweep. But yeah, we'll have to see as the game goes on. I always hype my boys up, so let's see. What about you, Maisie?
You know, I'm very on the fence here. I've actually not quite decided in my mind, but I think realistically it's going to be a 3-1 to Onka. They're the dominant side here. They're the favourites to win. And I think that's going to play a lot on Kaligo's mind, especially with the stream jitters that we see here in RSC. And I mean, I just hope that it's going to be a good series and Kaligo can find some level of win out of it. And I think right now we are just waiting for players to join the lobby. I'm not sure who's not in yet. I think it's the side of Onka that we're waiting on as players are leaving, and I don't actually know.
We are waiting on Onka. I have obviously being the GM, they're already pinging me going, I'm just having a pee break, so they're on their way. They'll be here very shortly. But speaking of stream nerves, speaking of stream jitters, as you mentioned, the last time I watched Onka play on stream, I was the streamer rather than the caster.
Ooh.
And they proceeded to get reverse swept in playoffs by none other than my new AGM Spacey, and yeah, they were not very happy about that one. So hopefully this one goes slightly different. But we're gonna see, as they should be joining the lobby very shortly. There's lots of chaos going on in the team chat, I can see. So we're gonna be underway very shortly, but Kaligo, I think, are definitely going to put up more of a fight than than their results have shown over the whole season. Obviously, with only 63%, with a 63% win rate in their last 2 games, they're definitely better than their 6th place spot. So it's really just up to kind of, I think, Mythics being the player that's played on that team for the longest, to kind of be the one to pull their team together and kind of push forward in this series to try and take something off these league leaders at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, when you've got the side of Onka, which I'm looking now, and first, second, third, AV, Moxin, top scorers, top assists, the same 3, top clean sheets, the same 3, top wins, the same 3. They are a dominant force here, and I mean, we think that Kaligo are going to have a different result, but let's be honest here, when you've got such a dominant stats-based team, I think that says a lot. And I'm just looking at the standings right now, and I mean, Onka, they're not safe. They are 43-17, and they've got Shadow's rival team breathing down their neck, 42-22. And I think they've obviously played an extra game because they've got the losses. I think they got swept 4-0 actually. So I mean, all Onka needs to do is pull out maybe 3 goals to just secure that first place. That's 3 wins, to secure that first place a little bit more. And I think it'll be pretty exciting to see. But I mean, we're still waiting on players to join, so I'm just gonna go and siphon through some stats quickly and see if I can get any information on these players. I mean, need I say more when I look at the seasonal accolades, and first and second is Sinksy and AV. I mean, these players, I mean, you should know, you are the GM. They know how to perform, and they know how to play.
Yeah, they've been doing it since the start of the season. They've been riding high, I think, pretty much since week 1. Obviously, the team of Serene and Meiji were the favourites to be battling them at the top. Currently sat a little bit lower, down at 34-22, but they do have a game in hand, so could be, in theory, only 5 games behind. But they were heavily dismantled by Hydras on stream the other day with a 3-1 win in Hydra's favour, dropping them down in the table with Hydras taking that spot off them. But it's all systems go in the Ignis conference in Rival. Lots of chaos. Everyone knew it was going to be the conference to be looking at, as it's a very stacked conference player-wise. And even just mentioning it at the start of the season, that was the one that the people were talking about. But Onka did just recently come off a win against Nightfall. That's why Nightfall have taken that recent L, because they played against Onka, I think, 2 days ago, and I think that's why they've taken that top spot so clearly off them. But yeah, I mean, this conference is always something to kind of keep a look at. But here we go, finally, what we've all been waiting for. Game 1 is about to get underway. Both teams on the pitch. We've got actually the sub here playing for Caligo, Mr. Mezzo. And we get things underway. Mox versus Mezzo on the kickoff, and it goes in the direction of Onka straight away. And this is going to be a series to watch, I think.
Yeah, I definitely agree. This will be a series to watch, as there's that starting pressure here. Mystics being bumped out the way, but Gecko getting a clutch bump, and that's now Sin trying to get the goal, but can't quite push it in now. And what are we going to see? We are currently watching a very, very dominant battle here in the side of Onka. They have the pressure in their favour right now, but Gecko trying to get a pinch away, but it's not going to come to play. Avy with a shot that hits the post. It's Rival. You need to be scoring those, but Sinksy goes. Sinksy gets a double touch. What a nice double touch, and what a way to start this game with 40 seconds off the clock.
They start off doing what they do best, scoring goals. Lovely little double from Sinksy with a nice little pass from Avy, and what a great start there for Onka. Gecko tries to take it forward, trying to get back into this game. With 4 minutes to go, there's still loads of time for Caligo to get something done. But Onka, they're just such a forceful team, and they just keep pushing and pushing, throwing it at your backboard, a triple commit. But one of them gets a touch. Mythics gets it up and away. But AB off the sidewall, over the top of Mezzo, goes for the double. Almost gets a great save from Mythics. And as I said at the start of the game, Mythics needs to be that one to bring their team forwards. And he has done so with 2 great saves to start this game.
2 great saves to start the game, but that's all we can really say from him. Not much more happening, and we're just seeing double commits galore on the back wall. They are panicking. These stream jitters are really coming into play right here. But we finally see Caligo get off their line now, but AV in the midfield, no man's land to clear it away now. AV trying to keep that ball, trying to keep that pressure alive, but it's going to be Mythics, that one player, the core solidifier of Caligo, and trying to keep it away. Gecko now getting a nice save, but it's going to be Sinksy to keep on driving that ball. AV diving in a bit unnecessarily there, an overextension of sort, but that's a lovely 50 from Mox, the dunking donut to make it 2-0. That's a goal from Mox.
Great shot from Mox. Mythics just air rolling slightly too much. I think that kind of just gave that angle to Mox. If he just stayed, I think, straight, he would have had the save, but good finish from Mox nonetheless. They double their lead 2-0, and they're in the driving seat, and it's really on Caligo to try and get anything out of this series, let alone the game now. Just showing the dominance here from Onka. But Mox takes it down the line. Good demo from Sinksy. Leaves the kind of back quite open. Unfortunate spawn for Mezzo, but AV gets the 50 with Mythics, and now Caligo finally gets some possession of the ball. Mezzo takes it forwards. Good little flick, goes for the dribble. No one's up to meet him. Tries to get the dunk on Sinksy, but he gets a good touch. Puts it off to the side, and now Sinksy, reasonable open net. Gecko's not there. Lovely double from Sinksy. But you've got to ask yourself, why is no one challenging him earlier? Gecko's just sat on the floor waiting for it.
I mean, they're just looking a bit lost in the middle of the net there. They cut their own momentum off there. Gecko knows that if you just stay still, you're not going to have the momentum to try challenge that. And it leaves Sinksy, the mechanical masterclass, just to do their own thing. And I mean, it's really showing what teams have stuck together for a while and what teams have worked with each other. Because, I mean, we're seeing it now, and that's a pass there from Sinksy to Mox. A lovely save, but it's Gecko now to pile that pressure on forward. Gecko, oh my word, Gecko with a bit of a psycho there to try and pile that ball and gets it sent away the wrong direction. But it's Sinksy again. Mezzo now with a lovely save. And I mean, Big Chebs, you love to hype your boys up, and I see why, because they're an incredible trio. They're doing so well, 3-0, and it's a comfortable 3-0. They're not struggling at all.
No, beautiful start into this series, showing no nerves whatsoever. Lovely shot from Avy, no one's able to connect with it. And that's 4 goals ahead now. No goals, no answer from Kaligo. 4-0 to Onka. And they're just piling on pressure after pressure here on Kaligo's net. And it's coming away with goal after goal. And yeah, there's just nothing Kaligo are able to do. But here we go. Onka try and bring it forward yet again. Still looking for that 5th. And Mox unable to connect with it. But that's a double commit again from Kaligo. But ends up relieving pressure with Gecko. Booming it forwards. Nice touch from Avy to keep possession. Tries to go over the top. Mezzo able to connect with it. Mox tries to take it across the wall. Met by, I think that was Mythics, but not able to do too much. Avy coming in for a shot, absolute power drive, but it hits the crossbar. And Sinksy takes it to the corner to try and get something to keep it going forward.
I mean, what we're watching right now is just, it's a one-sided game right now. It's 4-0. You could say this is like Manchester City versus Luton in some ways. Because it does not seem like these two are from the same tier, let alone the same stacked conference we talked about just shy of 5 minutes ago. Because, I mean, I wouldn't call Kaligo a very promising team in this tier. It's one of the ones that people probably didn't expect to do so well. Because we can see, look at these link-ups, these nearly prospectus link-ups. They're amazing, and I think this series alone will give GMs their eye for next season. Because, I mean, wow, these players are intense. These players are amazing. There's not much more to say. As we come into the last 10 seconds, those buzzers are beeping down, and we are now about to see game 1 tip over to Onka's favour.
Onka take game 1 no matter what happens. There we go, the ball hits the floor, and that is game 1 done. And what a strong performance there from Onka in game 1. Absolute dominance from the team, and there's really nothing more we can say. 18 shots from Onka there, compared to the only 3 that have come from Kaligo. And there's no answer from Kaligo down at the other end. They're just balls going in their net and towards their net. And they've done well to save quite a few, but sadly not enough. And Onka 4-0 in game 1, and it's just looking so dominant that I just can't see this game going any other way right now.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, 10 saves to Kaligo's name. You have to give them some props for that. But they weren't able to get the shots forward. They weren't able to get it going far. I mean, Mox just had to get 2 simple saves, and that was it for them, really. And it sort of does... It's going to paint the narrative for this series. Because, I mean, heading into this, Kaligo, they need the wins, but they're not looking too confident, and it's going to play on their minds that this first game, it's gone so poorly, and I think that definitely has an effect. The mental game in RSC is very strong, and if you falter behind even just a tiny bit, you definitely fall back a lot.
Yeah, definitely, and it's the only thing that I can see in this game that might cause any kind of problem is just cockiness coming out from Onka. I don't think there's any other way of putting it. But they're a team, especially Mox and Sinksy, obviously played together last season under Onka as well. And Sinksy's one to kind of go in the direction of cockiness, and it's just kind of on them to kind of keep their heads and keep it ticking along, keeping those goals going in. And yeah, there's just no way I think that Kaligo can come back in this one.
I mean, yeah, you're right. They do not stand too much of a chance in this one, I think. But saying that, they are mounting more pressure than they did last game. I mean, they've actually managed to get into the half in the first minute, which I think is a pretty big commiseration for them. Seeing as though last game especially, we only saw them do that once or twice really, and that was later on in the game. And we are not watching Onka panic though. They're still passing with each other. They're still getting these booms, and they're nice clear, and that's a shot. Could have gone in, but Avi just unable to make a connection, and Mox is backwards going for that ball. I don't really suggest that because you can't boost backwards. But looking into this game, Chebs, we're seeing a very, very more so deadlocked game than what we did last game.
Yeah, Kaligo are doing something, which is more than what they did last game. They're starting to kind of string some passes together, doing slightly better. Avi takes it over the top, goes for the double, takes the lead, shuts all of our doubts out about Onka in this second game. Beautiful touches over the top from Avi, did it all on their own, and they take the lead 1-0. Still 3.5 minutes on the clock, still lots of stuff that can happen, but as we said, I don't see this going any other way. They're just looking so strong, Onka. But we see Mythics try and take it off the wall. Pops it up from Sinksy, plays it across to Avi, but Gecko's there to meet it. Tries to go for a double, almost connects, but Mox is there to follow up on it. Good demo from Avi, is able to take the momentum forward. Mox goes up to try and beat Mythics, but Mythics is there. Now Sinksy a little bit far forward. Good shot from Gecko, but Sinksy's there to pinch it off the crossbar. But here, Kaligo piling a bit of pressure here on Onka, but they're looking strong in defense. They've got no panic. There's no rushing, and they're keeping pretty solid on the backline.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a different game to what we saw last time around. And oh my word, was that a pinch we just saw? Wow! We were talking that they were doing solid, and a 153 kph absolute banging pinch comes out. Oh my word! I can tell that their comms are going to be absolutely banging. Submit that to the clip of the week. That might be a winner.
My goodness, the chemistry from 2 seasons, Sinksy and Mox connect on that one together. And what a way to double your lead other than that sort of pinch. Absolute screamer with speed that I don't think I've seen in RSC very recently. But Sinksy tries to triple the lead, but not able to get there. Sinksy off the wall, ends up pinching it with Mythics, a second pinch from Sinksy. But the ball ends up flying down to Avi. Good demo from Mezzo, but Sinksy's there to cut across, keep it out, but double commit coming in from Sinksy, and Mox tries to go up the wall from Avi. Not the greatest touches. Fakes out Mezzo, tries to get a touch, but Mythics there for the 50-50. And they keep the game at 2-0.
Yeah, they keep this game quite nicely at 2-0 here, and it's going very well for them. I mean, yes, we've not seen such crazy stat lines from last game, but I mean, does that matter when you're 2-0 up in the second game? That's going to give you the confidence and the momentum to push forward for the series win. And Sinksy, oh my word, what a dunk! That's absolutely incredible. I think it was a dunk anyway. Oh my word, not even a dunk, just a beat. The speed demon, and I mean, Cocky's working for Sinksy because he can go for them and he can capitalise really nicely.
I think the biggest thing from that was the touch from Avi, who gets a goal. They take their lead back again, 4-0, same as game 1. But Avi, I was just about to talk about their lovely touch for that third goal, but goes and gets their own one. But wow, 2 great plays from Avi back to back, leading to 2 goals. And they take their lead back 4-0. 2 games, 8 goals from Onka, 5 goals from Onka. Avi with another. That's for the hat-trick. And oh my goodness, they're just scoring everything. 9 goals now unanswered, and they're just going and going and going.
I don't even have words for what's happening now. I mean, the amount of goals that have gone unanswered this series is absolutely crazy. And, I mean, like somebody said in chat, this was a close game not just a minute and a half ago. I don't know what's happened. And, oh my word, it's absolutely crazy, this game. We are seeing an absolute stunner of a scoreline. And, I mean, not just 2 minutes ago. It actually looked like there was competition, but we're just seeing an Onka masterclass like you predicted and like I predicted, and the passing plays, the link-ups, but Mystics is there. Even though there's not much left in them, there's still a save. They're still playing just to try and hold on for that little bit longer, to try and leave it less unanswered, but it's Sinksy up again. It's another save from Gecko. Sinksy trying to keep that ball in. Sinksy, though, not able to, and it's now Gecko for the counter-attack. My word, this series is absolutely intense as we see another save come through, and I'm just going to take a second. The Rocket Baguette, thank you for the sponsor. Thank you for the raid, and oh, my word, Mox. another goal, and it's now 10 unanswered. Chebs, what is going on?
My goodness, Onka, goal after goal. This is absolutely ridiculous. There's just passing play after passing play, save after save, and still Kaligo unable to get that first goal in the series. And they're just running away with it, Onka. 10 seconds to go now as Mezzo tries to get something back for Kaligo, tries to get some momentum going into game 3, but AV is having none of it. Mox plays it forwards. Mythics tries to keep it alive, but it goes on the floor. Game 2 goes in very, very strongly in the hands of Onka there.
An absolute scene right now. We've seen another 12 shots come out from Onka here, I think. Yeah, 12 shots. I've not got my math wrong there. And, I mean, Kaligo, they've had 5 saves of it, and, I mean, everything else just hasn't gone their way. I mean, 5 saves and having 6 more go in, and then having one that's not actually hit the target. I mean, Onka's going to be proud of themselves for that one. That's a lovely statistic to have.
Beautiful stats coming in from the stats merchants. We talked about it at the start of the series. Absolutely ridiculous from Onka. Sinksy, AV, Mox all have those lovely stats. They're always 1, 2, 3 in the rival tier, and they're stat padding. That's what they're doing. They're getting all of those stats for the stats database, trying to get those players of the season accolades. But going into game 3, is there really anything Kaligo can do in this series to get anything out of it?
I don't think so. I think they need to focus on at least trying to get one game. One game will do them well here, and it will put them at probably a more forwarding pace here, just to at least get a game on, to get them at least anywhere closer to where they are. As we see another kickoff now, it's going to be another game of all time, I think, here, as that's another touch to the middle. Mezzo completely missing, but it actually works pretty nicely here, as AV now has open land, and that's a bit of a pinch there, going down. Mox with a 50 that nearly sends it in, and it's Sinksy to be the one. The third man that's just come in and boomed it in the back of the net, and it's opened the scoreline in 19 seconds.
There they go, the third man coming up to absolutely slam that one into the top corner. They take the lead yet again, and that is adding on to the total of goals that Kaligo have not managed to answer. But AV pings it off the corner. Sinksy with a nice little catch, but isn't able to get too much more with it. Plays it middle, but Mezzo's there to connect. Plays it out of their half for probably the first time in a long time that the ball has entered Onka's goal. But Sinksy backflip is able to recover enough, but Gecko keeps the pressure on. AV drops it middle, and finally Kaligo get their goal. 1-1. And that's the first goal of the series here for Kaligo, and probably the first time, other than a 0-0, they haven't been losing.
That is absolutely insane. 12 goals unanswered to finally get one in. I mean, when you've got that statistic in your favour right now, I would not want to be Kaligo. In this situation of having 2 absolutely monstrous games going not their way, I mean, I think they're glad to have one, and I think even if they lose the series, they can take away knowing that they've not had 4 games in a row that's not gone their way. And Gecko now, oh my god, they're winning a game, and this is a different Kaligo to what we saw just last game.
Gecko gets their first of the series, 2-1 in the favour of Kaligo, and looking at the last two games, you wouldn't have thought this would even be a possibility, let alone actually happening. Mezzo plays it off the backboard, trying to get a third, but they're not able to get anything from it. But Kaligo now looking like a completely different team, but it's on Onka now to try and fight back and keep this game ticking in their favour. Obviously, I don't know whether they thought this would be an easy walkover, but Gecko gets the third for Kaligo. They're his second of the game. And what's happened?
I mean, we're watching a different side here. We're watching a different side, but let's loop back a game or two ago. I think the confidence is starting to set in now. I think the side of Onka are getting a little bit complacent here. I think they're really starting to push their luck a little bit here. But, I mean, as soon as I say that,
See, what are you doing? You're losing the game, mate. You shouldn't be hitting the post, but...
Oh, my word. I think you're going to have a stern, oh my word, a stern talk of Sinksy after that one. Because, I don't know what's happened. He's been so clinical all series, and to do that when you're losing finally, that's not a good look.
But here we go, Onka, now time to rebuild. Still 2.5 minutes on the clock. And Mox, there he goes. He reduces the deficit. That's a second goal there for Onka. Finally getting something in this game. Starting to get back in the direction of what they've been doing games 1 and 2. They've still got a way to go. One goal still separates them and an overtime. But I think it's on Onka now. All the pressure is on them in the complete opposite of what we've seen in game 1 and 2.
All I'm saying is, I actually think the pressure's on Kaligo here. They've had 3-1 for the first time this series. They've been ahead, and I think that's going to play their minds. But oh yeah, Mythics sends it in the back of the net, and it's now 4-2.
Sinksy, after an absolutely awful whiff down the other end, hitting the post, you then go and completely whiff it off the backboard, leaving it completely open for Mythics after a nice little bump on the back post on Mox. Leaves the goal completely open, and now they're going for their fifth. There's no one there. Great demo from AV to keep the game only within 2. But they've still got 2 minutes to get these 2 goals to complete what they need to do. Great shot from AV, but even better save from Gecko. Mezzo pings it out. There's no third man, but Mox able to get back and clear that one away. But my goodness, what is going on in this game 3?
This is a goofy series, you could say right now, because we are not seeing the same thing we saw just last game. We're seeing something different, AV! No! Not the crossbar, the mythical 4th man comes back out, and it's now Mythics to clear it away. But AV's on the ball. What is AV going to do? Tries to go for a flip reset to get it under, but does not happen. And now it's Mox in the defense having to clear it away. AV there again. AV with all the boost. AV with a lovely beat. Mezzo awkward, but gets a nice save. Does Mezzo have not one more? No, and oh yeah! Sinksy with another goal to put it back to 1. It's 4-3, and this is going to be insanely close, this game.
Oh my god, after that crossbar hit, I thought it was all over for Onka in this 3rd game. Oh, goodness me, but now 1 goal separates them. 4-3 to Kaligo, looking to get their first game in this series and really pile a bit more pressure on Onka, who haven't had any for this whole series. But here in game 3, they finally met their match, but a minute to go, and this... Kaligo are just looking like a completely different team to what we've seen in the rest of the series, but Mezzo tries to bring it forward. Avies gets a little touch on it to mess him up, but Mox now tries to bring it forward. Mythic's there to meet him. 60 in the dreaded spot on that backboard is able to get it over Mythics. Avi beats Gecko to it, but Mezzo's there to meet him. But a good save from Mox keeps it at only a 1-goal game.
A 1-goal game. AV on the ball. Mythics now to Sinksy. Sinksy trying to get into the middle. But Mezzo will be there. A double commit from Onka now. Sees him at a disfavourable opportunity here. Mezzo on the wall to meet AV's touch. Now Sinksy and Mox, another double commit. They've double committed twice now. The panic is setting in. But it's now Mezzo with a clear away. AV on the ball now. AV flicking it to middle. It's now Sinksy with a boom. Mezzo with a lovely save. With such short time left, that could be it. That could be the end, and it's another double commit. We're into regulation time. Mox keeps it up. Mox again. And it's a touch from Sinksy. We're into 2 seconds, and it's another push. But AV's there to close it out, and we have overtime.
Oh my goodness, Onka, you give me absolute panic. Mox hitting the post, but AV's there. He doesn't care. He puts it in for 4-4. We're going to overtime here in game 3. Oh my god, what a series.
What a series indeed. I'm on the edge of my seat. This is what we expect from Rival. This is what we want. And now Mox trying to keep that ball forward, trying to drive it up more. But it's now Sinksy to be the one to do. Mezzo on the ball. Mezzo trying to drive it, but it's a low hit. An easy one at that for AV. AV now with a hit down, going for 50 on Gecko. Does not get it. And now Mezzo trying to keep that ball cleared away. Now Mythics getting an unfavourable 50 here on Sinksy. The cohesiveness of Onka. They've learned, they've calmed down again. They're not double committing. They're playing it well now, and it's now Mox with a bit of a bit of a touch that you wouldn't want to get when you're in overtime, and that's a lovely boom. Mezzo there, perfect to save it, and now it's just left to Gecko to clear it away. And Big Chebs, my word, did you have a talk of your team just before this? Because I mean, they've done very well to come back from a 4-2.
Sadly, I didn't. They weren't anywhere to be seen before this series, but a minute now has ticked over here in this overtime. It's starting to slow down a bit, but AV comes in. Great save from Mezzo. Mox tries to get the follow-up shot, and he lands it from 4-2 down to win it 5-4. Oh my goodness, Onka. You've secured your game 3, and it all rests on this final game 4.
What a throw. Caligo had it all. They had 7 seconds to keep it out, but they couldn't manage it. They were too awkward. They didn't have the positioning. They didn't have the boost. It was 4-2, not a minute before the comeback. And now it's 5-4 to Onka. The absolute scenes of it. And I mean, Mox. Hats off to Mox there. What can you say? And I mean, I've just noticed 21 shots from Onka. They piled on the pressure and it finally paid. But 5-21 is not an average you want.
I'm sitting here watching this game like this. I'm terrified of what's going on. Watching my players causing chaos here in Rival, but Mox with an absolute MVP performance in that game, clutching it up when needed. Wow, what a series so far. It all rests here on game 4, but AV, 1 goal from 10. That's what we call terrible shooting accuracy. But we go to game 4, and this is where it all lies. Can Caligo get something out of this series, or will Onka take all 4 points?
I mean, I think it's looking likely. I'd be very tilted after that last game, and I think Caligo, they must be going through the ringer now, because I mean, it's rough. It's not easy when you've just thrown such a tremendous chance like that, but they're not letting it get behind them as we now are in game 4. AV, trying to keep that ball up, does quite nicely there. Sinksy, a bit of an awkward touch, but does well to manage it. AV needs to get out of that situation there, because 0 boost and staying stuck upfield is not what you want to do. And AV just gets boost and goes, and I mean, that's what you want to see. And that ball now lingering in no man's land, a double commit, but Gecko's going to be there to get the save away. And I mean, seeing how this goes, it's a shot, but Mox can't keep it in. Mox can't keep it accurate, and I mean, last game's shots does tell you that. But I mean, Big Chebs, I'm not gonna lie, your side here, they've put out an absolute shocker of a last game, and Sinksy in the post. I mean, best mates at this point, you could say.
Named to duo than Onka and Woodwork. Oh my goodness. They pile the pressure on. No one's back. Gecko goes up for it, but Avi with an absolutely amazing recovery to get the save, but it goes off the post. It goes off the other post. And the first time, I think, this series that the woodwork has come to Onka's favour rather than the other way around. With 4 minutes to go, Kaligo piling pressure on just like they did in Game 3, but Onka doing much better to deal with it this game than in Game 3. But here we go into the rest of Game 4 as Gecko tries to take it forward. Isn't able to get a bump on Sinksy, who gets the clearance. Mythics tries to take it onto the backboard. Good read from Mox to put it back in the corner. And now Sinksy not able to get the best of touches. Ball pings very dangerously across the goal line, but no one able to meet it. Kaligo still piling pressure here onto Onka's net, but great interception from Avi to play it forwards. Now Sinksy just against Mezzo, but great save. Not the best of placements from Sinksy. But they're both teams, it's pinging it back and forth now. With 3 minutes to go, this could go either way, but Mox just about squeezes that one in off the crossbar. And they take the lead finally here in Game 4. And my goodness, I'm terrified of what's going to happen.
Yeah, me too. I'm actually just looking at how this series is going. I'm very, very shook, to say the least. I mean, we've had an absolute storyline. It was an absolute honking howler for Kaligo last game, and I think we're about to see the narrative go back to how we foresaw it in the first two. Right now, Avi piling this pressure back on, the counterplay, the pressure mounting more. And as Sinksy, a lovely touch there to keep it in. And Sinksy still on that back wall, trying to put it down to Mox, but Gecko there. Not much boost her name, but still manages to get the clear away. And it's now Avi. Avi out. Mystics on the ball, but it's going to be 2 now. It's going to be Sinksy on that ball. Mystics trying to keep it forward, a pinch up. Bit of a high pinch, not much power, but it goes quite well. And, I mean, Mox now driving that away, and it's Mox to Avi. Avi trying to go for a double of sorts, and oh my word! Oh, the BM! Avi to Mox. Mox to Avi, and oh yeah! Game 4, 2-0.
What a play from Avi, knowing that Mythics was going for that save. Pops it over the top to double the lead. Lovely little passing play between Avi and Mox. And they sit way more comfortably in this game. As Avi tries to take it forward, looking for the third. There's no one there, but doesn't go for the shot, even though I think it was open, but tries to go for a pass. No one there to meet it either. And now Mox tries to play it off the backboard. It comes down quite nicely for Sinksy. Good save from Mezzo, but not the best. Gecko on the goal line. Good shot. Avi.
Oh my gosh.
But Gecko hits it back into Avi, who puts it finally into the net. And they take the 3-goal lead in Game 4. This is looking much more like Game 1 and 2.
Avi just being a menace and stealing that goal, and now we're back to 5 unanswered so far. And I mean, we've had 12 unanswered, and we're now at 5. It's looking pretty worrying here. These statistics are quite miserable, to say the least. If you're DSQ and if you're Kaligo, I'd have my head in my hands. I would not be happy. And it's now Avi with a lovely shot, and it's now. It's getting a bit worrying now. We're back to 4-0. We're back to the roots of this series, and I mean, Avi with a lovely shot and a hat trick now. 3-3, 100% by the name.
In their way, Onka 4 goals now in this game, 0 for Kaligo. They're gonna have a slightly nicer run, hopefully, into the end of this game than the absolute chaos we saw in Game 3. But Mythics, sadly, on that 4th goal, not getting the greatest of aerials, ends up having to bail out, but it causes the rest of his team to be out of position, leaving it completely open for Avi to capitalise and take that 4th goal. But now, with a minute to go, Kaligo, with time running out, as Mox tries to bring it forward for a 5th. Lovely touch from Sinksy to put it back middle, but Mythics finally getting a good touch on it. Mox with a great shot. Mezzo not able to meet it. And that's a 5th goal. And I don't want to be that guy, but I think they've got it now.
No, I believe in the comeback. I think 2 seconds is more than enough time.
But with 52 seconds to go, Avi versus Mezzo on the kickoff again. Goes straight to Mythics, who tries to take it up the ball. Lovely little fake, but Mox is there to meet it. Great read from Mox. Good little bump by Mezzo on Avi, but they're not able to get that first goal of the game. Good little comms from 60 and Avi. Avi takes it forwards, not able to do very much with it. Ends up back with 60. And back to Avi again, who tries to put it middle. Not the perfect touch, but keeps the pressure piling. Mox with a little shot, but nothing too dangerous. And Kaligo now bringing it forwards, but 60 tries to get a touch, misses it on the backboard. A little bit of miscommunication. Mezzo tries to capitalise, but 60 does well to recover enough to get that touch away.
I'm not gonna lie, this is looking pretty worrying now. We are 5-0 and I'm not trying to say it now, but I think it's over, Chebs. I have an inkling that this series might be over.
6-0 with 3 seconds to go. Mythics asks for some mercy here in the game chat that you can't see. Asks for them to leave them alone as we go into added time and the ball hits the floor. Onka take the sweep here in this very, very fun game to watch here in Rival. And what a series it was all round.
Yeah, I think it was a very good series. I mean, Kaligo have had some embarrassing numbers here. 12 unanswered, now 8 unanswered. Sorry. All I can say is, good job, Chebs, on your prediction. You backed your boys and you got the number well.
I've always got to back the boys. Some say bias, but I say just perfect prediction from the casters. But this is what he does. This is why I have the highest percentage of casting predictions here in RSC. But here we go, going into the end of the series. 4-0 to Onka. That puts them so far ahead here in the Ignis Conference in Rival. It puts them now, I think, 5 games clear at the top of the table going into the final week, where they don't even have to win every game to finish top. But yeah, perfect from Onka. They couldn't have really, apart from a little bit of squeaky bum time there in game 3, they got the sweep done, they got the game finished, and just a great series all round, really.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, an amazing series, but an amazing viewership. Thank you, the Rocket RB, for the raid. Thank you, Sundays, for the raid. We appreciate and thrive off of community support, and all we can say is thank you to the viewers that came out, watched the series, and stuck around. I mean, it was absolutely amazing. And unless you've got anything to add, Chebs, we will be off, returning tomorrow, I believe, for another stream.
Yeah, 3 more lovely games tomorrow. I believe I have the little schedule for you very quickly.
It's Saturday.
Run through that. Or is it Saturday, the next stream?
It's Saturday.
Next stream
Pawns
on
versus...
Saturday.
Ooh. Pawns versus Ankole Watusi, 8 CET. Prophets versus Bladesmiths at 9, and at 10, Darkness versus Tigris. I mean, very interesting series, and I mean, I'll be watching. I don't know about you, but from me, thank you for coming out, and we will see you again on Saturday for another stream. Good night, all. A good night.
Tell you